Hello and welcome. This particular scene in Edessa takes place in a not necessarily out of the way place. It is not on the outskirts of the wilds, which is the usual place for the gangrel to meet in privacy. No, the wilds have become unsafe. For obvious reasons, of course. The meeting taking place is closer to the city, far closer than what the primogen of the gangrel would ever desire to be. He hates the city in all of its passions, but for the protection and safety of the wilds, he kind of needs to be close now. And so, he, Thorvald, and the newest gangrel, Urden, wait for the representative of the La Sombra, who said she had information that the gangrel would be more than happy to have. And so they wait.
Thorvald's actually going to come with her.
Probably. Yeah. And Madeline and Torvald will make their way. Madeline seems, as soon as they get out of the city, she seems to be a little bit more cheerful, excited, something like that. She seems to be at she seems to just take a note of the local wildlife, everything around her. As you've seen her do before, but
Thorvald, on the other hand, seems cautious. He, instead of walking beside you, he walks in front of you a little bit.
And they make their way to, I don't know, is it a house or is it just a spot or?
At this particular thing, it's a tree. It is one of those rather kind of large, kind of wild trees, the kind that produce thorns, a very barbous looking tree. It has fruits in it, ironically enough, being that it is the springtime, but one has to be cautious with attempting to pick any. It's one of those kinds of trees. And that is where Jean and Erden are kind of sitting upon the ground. Jean in particular kind of stooped as if he's trying to pop his back in a way. Maybe he's getting used to the fact that he is staying within his human form.
Madeline will, well, when she sees the two, she will just quickly look at Torvald to see if he has any reaction to it. But she will just slowly just make her way up. And a good distance from them. Unless Torvald does anything.
Well, yeah, he'll see them and then he will walk towards them as well. Who is it? Well, it's with the primogen?
Erden, the guy that you met. Yeah, the Viking.
Yeah, okay.
Madeline will keep a distance and will do a very deep curtsy and just say, Primogen.
He kind of grunts. It's almost a growl as he does it. Not an aggressive one. It's kind of like how a dog, like a canine, kind of speaks, kind of like a hello, if you will. Erden I will get his thing. Erden simply bows his head. I found his overlay after all.
Hmm.
And he speaks. You are the messenger. They did not say the messenger would be so lovely, Thorvald. Who is this lovely person?
Oh, Thorvald will bow to his primogen and bow his head to Verdin and say, "Greetings, primogen brother. This is Sister Madeline of Clan of Sombra."
Erden kind of smiles again, and he goes, "Perhaps after all of this exchange is done, I can produce a beautiful ballad. I will be certain to include you, Miss Madeline. There's always a good comparison of war and death to, well, beauty."
Most flattering. And perhaps there could be talk of some. I believe Torvald here would inspire, perhaps not the same ballads, but ballads just as worthy. But,
And then, oh, please continue.
but I do believe that, and she looks to the seneschal, you would rather us getting to business, correct?
Yes, that would be most important now.
The mortals, the soldiers occupying the wilds, I know who are responsible for them. I know who they are, and I might have a way of helping you with them.
Before I agree to anything, what is the catch for this information? I know city kindred like yourself do not give anything for free.
Well, hopefully, my clan as a whole can appreciate and benefit from a closer relationship with your clan. I have always been infatuated, but as my couple of students from your clan would attest to.
Of that I am entirely certain. Now, aside from that question, please speak your information.
Well, they are a mercenary group who is led by, or at least in the end led by, the Ventrue known as Gerard. I am certain that the war currently being fought elsewhere has led him to harass more than just one clan. Yours in particular by their placement, but also he is seemingly wanting to put several people in the city on edge by targeting certain people doing business in the city, coming along the roads, demanding tolls from them.
I am not surprised the Ventrue is behind this. Just like your clan, they always seek to stick their fingers in everybody else's pussies. Now,
I'm gonna have to roll self-control not to laugh at that.
that's fine.
That's
As
a pair of beast.
that's more than fine. He is the primogen of the gangrel is a French commoner. There is no eloquence at all in what he speaks. And he says again to Madeline, now, if we...
Well, I fail.
Okay.
So,
Please. I'm assuming that at this point, Thorvald is laughing rather gaudily, maybe.
I think he's got quite a deep. Normally, you'll hear he will chuckle from time to time in a controlled way, but what the primogen said like actually made him like properly laugh, which is a bit of a rarity.
And as Thorvald laughs, the primogen kind of looks to him as if to kind of have him rein it in, if ever for a few moments at least. It's not because of etiquette or anything of that reason. It's because he's talking.
Thorvald closes his mouth and stifles his laughter.
But I would expect your clan to pay in exchange for this information and in exchange for this for our assistance in ridding the Ryals of them. In time, a major boon, if that is acceptable.
So, the gangrel assist you in this endeavor to castrate this Gerald of the Ventrue. Aside from sticking it to them, what else would be needed? I am certain the La Sombra would be more than happy to take the reins from the Ventrue for this endeavor. Friendship is one thing, but something more weighted is needed to convince me.
We are currently devising a plan to weaken them.
And what is this plan? Unless it is for your eyes only.
It is something that I am not able to divulge, I'm afraid. Not at the moment. But I will see to it that this information finds its way to you as soon as possible. If we come to an arrangement, of course.
Erden kind of speaks of being rather quiet in the back. Primogen, if I may, while this is somewhat confrontational, this could be a good opportunity for us within the city. The loss of the business, Ganga Nigasi, and other situation, it might be very impertinent for us to have more allies within the walls. It makes things far more easier than how you attest it to be, Primogen. But I am simply a skald. I am only as good as my words. As he says that, Jean kind of breathes deep, and he kind of makes a very deep kind of growl in his throat, as if the animal in him is wanting to kind of come out. Not the beast, of course, but the actual kind of primal aspect of him. Very well, Madeleine of Clan La Sombra. The Gangrel will assist in your clan's endeavors to keep the Ventrue from overstepping their arrogant natures. When a man like the Ventrue try to press their walk, that is when you must strike hard so that they, like the deer, become cuckold to their hubris. Thorvald,
Yes, Primogen.
since you are already so close to Madeleine, you and Verdin shall assist in whatever the La Sombra desire within the city. I will do as what I do best. I will scout and survey. I will know where places we can arrange ourselves and strike upon them. If
He
that
nods.
suffices, Madeleine.
Just out of character, he did agree to the major boon, right?
Yes.
Good. Then Madeline will just say, well, I do believe that this will be agreeable.
Very much so. And he thinks for a moment before he speaks again. I have heard that my child, Julia, caused quite a bit of problem in the city. It is my apologies for her. She is a passionate creature. Of that, I am proud of. But she is a woman, nevertheless, and can be subjected to her passions at the wrong time.
As can we all, I'm afraid. She smiles. Her passion is not her fault. It is in all gay nights. It is simply wakened by different things. Know that I bear no ill will to her. It was unfortunate what happened. It could have happened to anyone. No apology is needed. And I still see her as a very good member of our society.
Yes. I will hope to keep it that way.
I am quite close to the dear Lady Joanna, whose house was the place where this incident happened. I could talk it over with her, perhaps, mm, perhaps make her look more favorable against the transgression.
Out of the kindness of our capacity, that would be most welcome of a friend.
See it as a sign of goodwill to a bargain well struck.
Yes. Agreeable to me now. If there is no other reason to continue our conversation, I like to depart so that I may continue my observations. The prey scatters, and I would like to make sure I know what holes they hide in before I can dig them out.
Very well. And I hope that the wilds will become free once more, as soon as possible.
They will be as they have been always, wild and unchained. I and the La Sambra will make sure of that.
Madeline will just again curtsy, and will, again, she will just say politely, "Have a good evening," or "May the night be with you," and yeah, she will begin to leave.
Yes, as Jean kind of quickly, for someone who has no, at least no known celerity, moves rather quickly away from the tree and it's kind of gone into the winds. Erden getting up from the ground looks to Thorvald. Well, perhaps it is time we return to the city. And I begin working.
Yes.
It will be a fun time within the city's walls.
He smiles.
Hopefully so.
I can show you a few fun places to be.
Ah, wonderful. I will be more than happy. Please, Thorvald, is the mead here worth drinking? Or is it... He looks to Madeleine. Or is it peace water, as the Franks drink?
He laughed. He says, most of it piss, but I know a few good traders.
Good. Perhaps we can get some wenches and have them drink, and we can all enjoy ourselves. He laughed rather heartily.
I do believe that this city offers quite a few wenches, if one knows where to look. I must say that wine is... the Holy Land is better suited for wine, both in the what is available and, well, pedigree.
Come in.
Revolt, perhaps it is important we educate these, and he kind of hits Thorvald on the back with a kind of a nice hearty oomph the back. This peace water drinker.
I must say, you are a bit more spirited and, well, actually a bit more charming than our last northerner. Although, it is not saying too much. The last one I remember truly was, well, he was very devout in his religion, devoting his kills to Wotang or something.
Ah, yes. Well, when it comes to battle and drink, well, only the gods blessed us with such a love for it. And as such, it is only right that we return the favor. Now, let us go inside and let us partake of this friendship and merriment as he walks in front of, as if like a parade going into the city, and he makes a motion to a few of the to a few women. It looks to be a few nuns, not sure what kind of denomination they are, but he kind of makes a motion with his mouth, indicating his orator's skills in certain areas. As
Madeline will laugh at that.
As the nuns,
Madeline will actually seem overly giddy when he does that.
As plenty of the nuns make the sign of the cross and kind of harumph away. You see one of them giving him a rather coy look before she kind of hurries to the flock. And with that, he is off. He is off and about to find these places of drink and merriment, as Madeline and Thorvald are free to discuss things of their own, as this individual will have to, he's going to go to get food. So yes, enjoy yourselves.
Thorvald, he seems quite delighted by Werner. Yes.
A fun night, or 5.
But
I'm looking forward to seeing what this person will do.
Let's not be too indulged and forget what our purpose is.
True enough. I have quite a few things to see to.
And I. But we'll reconvene later this evening.
But yes, we will. I will be looking forward to it, as always. And
He takes her hand and kisses it gently.
She smiles. And the two will part. And as they part due to their separate ways, I believe this scene will come to a close.
Yes.
Thank you very much, players for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.